In the previous slides, we talked about reading skills of academics and workplace contents. Then we talked about understanding, analyzing, and synchronizing written materials. After that, we talked about skimmed versus scanning versus in depth reading. After that, we went for reading strategies for technical and business texts. Now, we are going to talk about extracting key informations and evaluating creditability. Talking about this with a small brief, we can say that we should not go with the flow of the information. Whatever we listen, whatever we read, or whatever we understand from somebody, we need to keep critical reading a part of it. Let's go with the example. During the COVID-19 pandemic, a message went viral saying that inhaling stem with cloves and lemon would kill the virus instantly. It was forwarded hundreds of times on WhatsApp groups, shared on Instagram stories, even small local news pages picked it up. A friend of mine actually started doing this every day, but later doctors and government health agencies clarified it was completely false. It had no significant basis and could even cause harm if overdone. Now, if the idea or if the message which is on this particular slide, we are talking about pandemic in 2019, it was like a hue and a cry at that point of time. Anybody would suggest anything, people will go for it, people will do it. That is the example live over here, saying that in that phase everybody had an idea, coming up with an idea for the safety and security of the other persons. One was like that only, with cloves and lemon, which will kill virus. And constantly it was on Instagram, it was on WhatsApp, it was on every social media page. And a friend of mine was doing this every day just to keep himself protected from this virus. What happened? A government health agency clarified it completely, said the news was false and scientifically it would cause harm if it was overdone. Now, going with the example, this example shows how easy it is to believe and spread information without actually understanding it, especially when it sounds helpful or urgent. But just because something is widely shared doesn't mean it is true. That is why we need to develop a skill called critical reading, to not just read but also question and verify what we read. That means we should not go on the beliefs and the information which is spread just because that information seems helpful to us or it seems urgently fixing our problem. But just because something is widely shared doesn't mean it's true. We should be knowing a skill which is called critical reading. With this skill, we can verify and question what we read. Focus. Find what matters and check it. Is it trustworthy or not? Extracting key information, want to focus on articles, reports, emails. You don't read to remember everything. For sure, we don't read to remember everything. We just read because at that particular point of time we want to grasp an information, or we want to know something, or we want to learn something, or we have to type an email, or we have to look forward for time consumption. For these particular reasons, we take these key informations. Just look for the main idea, just look for important facts or examples, just look for action steps. That means main idea is the big message, important facts and examples are numbers, dates and evidences. If they are given with example to that particular point where anything is defined, where anything is getting cleared, or where strategically something is being announced to you, told to you, if it is in social media, how all impact does it have on others, what all examples does it have there, does it have a main idea, is the message big, action steps, what it tells, and what do you think about it. Only then foster and focus on the plan. Example, a recent report by the World Health Organization WHO says that sitting for over 8 hours a day can increase health risks. Even if you exercise later, it suggests taking short breaks every hour. That is the thing which we are talking about right now. Now, if we talk about WHO, World Health Organization is such an organization on which every next individual would believe, because it is an authenticated organization which says that 8 hours sitting every day continuously is going to cause us high health risks. Even if we exercise later, that risk is not going to get overcome. So, taking short breaks every hour is very important for us to understand that 8 hours of work needs short breaks every 1 hour to move. Now, what is the main idea? The main idea is sitting too long is harmful. Support is WHO research. Action is takes brief every hour or take breaks every hour. Now, example is said, WHO's guideline is 8 hours sitting continuously without any break is going to cause you health troubles. So the main idea is that sitting too long is harmful. Who is supporting this idea? WHO, the World Health Organization. And what is the action? Action is you should take frequent breaks every hour. Now this information is authenticated. Why? Because it's supported by WHO. So in the first slide we talked about pandemic COVID, where random ideas, random informations were shared because it was the requirement of the need of the day. Everybody was terrified, everybody was horrified, everybody, whatever information everybody was getting, they were trying to implement it on themselves. Why? Because they didn't want to be a part of COVID. They wanted to stay away from the infection. So at that point of time, whatever information they used to get, they used to grasp it. They used to use it on themselves. But did they have any support idea on that information? Like we have a support idea over here, WHO, who is authenticating this idea that sitting 8 hours completely on work is going to cause you health troubles. No. In that PPT, that slide, we were simply trying to understand any random idea, any random information, any random message. We were taking it on us because we were horrified, we were terrified, we just wanted to stay away from that infection, and we thought that anything which is coming on social media, which anybody is executing, is good for us also. So don't take any such informations authenticated where there is no main idea, where there is no support, and where there is no action taken. Extracting key information and evaluation credibility. Evaluating credibility. Just because it is on Google doesn't mean it's true. Here is how to check. Use the 5 quick checks. Just because something is on Google doesn't mean it's true. Google answers everything. You put any figure, any XYZ name, any alphabet, anything in Google, you will get the answer. But that doesn't mean Google is true all the time. How do you need to check? Use the 5 check quicks. First, source. Who published it? Government websites, top universities, research journals, or trustworthy people. Random blog, maybe not reliable. The first thing which you have to check is the source. Government website, is it a government website? Is it a top university which can be authenticated, which can be taken authenticated? Is it a research? Is it a journal? Or is it trustworthy? Is equal to trustworthy. That means any government website, any top university, any research journal is trustworthy. Random blog, maybe not liable. Any random blog cannot be liable. So you have to understand the source of the message, who is publishing it. Is it a government website, top university, or a research journal? Then it is trustworthy, you can trust it. Or is it a random blog? Then it is not reliable. The second is author. Do they have the right background, doctor or expert in the field? That is good. No name or unknown, check carefully. Again, there is a check. No name or unknown is check carefully. Doctor or expert in the field is good. You can go with it. That means the first is source, understand who published it. Second is author. Do you have the right background? Doctor and expert in the field is good, or no name and unknown can be checked carefully. Don't go with that. The third one is date. Is it current from this year? It is relevant from 2025, outdated for more topics? No. That means the first thing which you have to check would be the source. The second thing would be the author. The third thing would be the date. Is it current from the year? Then you can relate to it. It is relevant from, see, if you are having medicines also, what is the first thing that you check with the medicine? The salt is already checked by the doctor, by the chemist, by the person who is giving you medicine. The first thing which you ask the chemist is, sir, I hope this is not expired. I hope this is not an expiry date strip. No, no ma'am, it's not expired. It's fresh dated. There is still time to expire. So that's relevant. From this year, it's relevant. From 2005, it's outdated. You need to check. Fourth is biased. Is it fair and neutral? Both sides shown better. Too emotional or silly is equal to watch out. Now, fourth is biased. Check if the information is biased. Is it fair or neutral? Both sides are shown is equal to better. Too emotional or salesy is equal to watch out. You need to check it again. You cannot go with the information. Evidence are facts backed up. Cities, sites, studies, data, examples is equal to reliable. Only opinions is equal to weak. Now, the fifth point is evidence. What is the evidence? We talk, we give an idea, we have a thought process, we talk about somebody, the other person says, I don't trust you, I don't believe you. Do you have an evidence for this? We need to have an evidence for every message with which we intend to move. Are facts backed up, sites studied, data examples is reliable, sites are studied, reliable again, only opinions, no, it is weak. Practice exercise. Read this short text and answer. An article on wellnessplanet.com says drinking lemon water boosts brain functions. No sources or author are mentioned. Can you trust the information? Is the source credible? Why or why not? Like in the previous two slides, we understood the 5 important bullets with which we should go to check whether the information is correct or not. The first one was the source. The second one was the author. The third one was the date. The fourth one was being biased. The fifth one was the evidence. Now, my question to you is an article where it is on a wellnessplanet.com platform saying drinking lemon water boosts brain function, but there is no source, no author mentioned in that. My question to you is, can you trust the information? Is the source credible? Why or why not? As already mentioned in the previous PPTs and as already learned, could you please answer this? Sample answer would be not fully. Why? There is no proof, no expert backing, no author. Second, no unclear resource, not credible. So we cannot trust it. We learned in the previous slides that we need to be understanding the 5 key areas of any messages to be taken care of, to be being reliable on, getting them implemented in our day-to-day routine. If those 5 parameters are not covered in any message, in any text, the answer should be no. The simplification of that is here in this particular slide, where we are trying to identify an article which is mentioned on the wellnessplanet.com platform saying drinking lemon water boosts brain functions, but there is no resource added to it, there is no author mentioned in it. Now my question is, can you trust the information? Is the source credible? Why or why not? My sample answer would be, because as you people are not in front of me, so my sample answer would be no, because there is no proof, no expertise backing is there, no author is there. And the third bullet is, and unclear source is there. That means it is not credible. Thank you.